What's up, everybody? Welcome to Crossroads PlayStation Podcast for Boss Rush Games. I am LeRon Dawkins, and pressing square beside me this week, as always, are my ever-present fellow stationaries. Let's start it off here with the typo queen, Nellie. What's good?
I'm actually doing homework, so that's why I'm not full
you goody two shoes. You being good on a school night. I hear you. PlayStation Dr. Austin, talk to me.
I am not doing homework. I am just
He's working that PlayStation 5 at home.
Yeah, I'm putting it to work, that's for sure. It's not even getting a chance to breathe.
You know what though? Congrats, man. So Nelly, you're next. We gotta get you your PS5.
I am looking at. I still subscribe to the PS5 restock alerts. I'm still looking. I'm trying to get all my friends some. I'm still looking around for them. So
yeah,
LeRon helped me. I gotta pass it on.
Yeah,
Look at you.
Yeah, I did. It was gratifying too. What it was right after what it was after the Switch, the Nintendo Direct. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was right after the show. Like, cause you, me, and Logan were hanging out, and Logan was like, "Hey, pop onto the PlayStation Direct and see if you can help us out." And like, I got up in the line. I was shocked I got in the line. All right, well, we have a big show planned tonight. We got a lot of topics to go over because it seems like since Thursday last week, everything is just like all the news has started to snowball. Like it's one of those crazy things where all of a sudden like there's all this news and momentum going around. So you know, like one of the fan favorite, most beloved Star Wars games is finally coming to other consoles besides Xbox and PC. And we got some other goodies going on. Hey, like Sony dropped the games that we'll be receiving for PlayStation Plus and the new games added to the PlayStation Now library. So you know what? We hope you're ready for Crossroads. So let's get this thing going. How's the week been? How's it been so far? I know it's Tuesday. Yeah, busy.
Yeah, it's been decently busy, but you know,
decently busy. I like that.
It's not, it's not freezing. We're not dying. We're not freezing to death now. So I'm quite okay with the 50, 60 degree weather right now, personally.
Yeah, I mean it's back in the 40s here in my neck of the woods in Virginia. We had a couple of days where we had a day where it hit high 60, like it was like 68 degrees.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then it immediately like slapped back down into the low 40s. And we just can't get past the rain. I am so sick of the rain. I am so sick of it.
Oh man, I really would love some rain, man. We haven't had just like plain rain. It's just been snow and ice or just sun. There's no in between. I would love send some of that rain down our way. I'll gladly appreciate it.
You can have it. You can have it. I'll go outside right now with all my freaking box fans and just send it your way. All right, so you know what? Let's talk about some video games. We have a loaded show, so let's not play around tonight. How about that? By the way, someone requested I did not wear sleeves tonight, so here you go.
Oh. Thank you for answering my request.
Oh, that was you. That was you. All I saw was Psyduck Babe 89. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, we can do this.
Oh, yeah, that's one of my other stage names. You know? No, that was someone else. I was thinking about it though.
All right. So this is episode 26 of Crossroads, the PlayStation podcast of Boss Rush Games. Every week, we come together with our friends around the internet to bring you the latest news, rumors, games, and general discussion in the world of PlayStation. Crossroads is live on twitch.tv/Exodus803, Tuesday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're glad you're here and a part of the conversation tonight. You can always make us feel special about ourselves and give us a follow at PS_Crossroads on Twitter, and to hit that subscribe button, as well as, share, rate, review us, make us feel really, give us the warm and tinglies, Do all that wherever you check out our show. If you're unable to join us live, make sure to head over to youtube.com/bossrushgames or any of your favorite podcast services every Thursday to listen to our show. Don't forget to check out our growing family of podcast shows, also available on bossrushgames.com. So guys, yeah, how full are your plates right now?
Not full enough.
Not full enough. Not full enough because it's what's on your PlayStation time. Your PlayStation time. I said PlayStation. What's on your PlayStation tonight? It's all about the. Hold on. Candy store or candy shop? Which one has the better appeal? Which one has the better appeal?
You gotta go with the 50-cent candy shop, man.
Yes, yes. It's all about our favorite candy, and you know what? Our favorite candies, because we don't need to simplify and just have one. We're kind of a robust team here, but yeah. So we've got three questions tonight, and here they go. What is your favorite movie theater munchies? Now the concession stand always has like the most random stuff. It's always overpriced, but you can't help but always grab one when you're there. So we got our favorite movie theater munchies. Then we've got our go-to candy for whenever we're in the checkout aisle at the grocery store or wherever we're at, and then our all-time favorite, stop what you're doing and eat it candy. All right. So, who wants to start?
Movie theater candy.
Yep.
That's actually a hard one because I don't really purchase candy at the movie theater because it's so high.
Okay. I mean, okay. Well, that's respectable. That's respectable. But when you do catch yourself buying candy,
what's the candy you're sneaking into the theater is the question.
Okay, I can tell you the candy I'm always sneaking into the movie theater. Starburst jelly beans. That's a candy I'm always sneaking into. Because all you gotta do is
only jelly bean that I like is
that is the only jelly bean that matters.
Yeah, it really is, man. Something about those jelly beans is so good.
Yeah, that's the only jelly bean that matters. Oh, so Nellie, what are you sneaking into the movie theater?
What am I not sneaking into the movie theater?
Oh God.
I mean,
I don't know, Nellie. You don't strike me as a purse girl. You don't strike me as one of those. Do you carry a purse?
I do not. I carry like the little backpack purse.
The backpacks? Okay. Mm-hmm. So she probably has like whole hoagies and all that, all sorts of that jazz.
Actually, like footlongs.
You know what? I did sneak a footlong into the theater. I was in Chicago still, and we went to the theater. And I put it in my sleeve.
Oh snap!
We walked in there.
Oh yeah, we've snuck in like big like McDonald's bags. We've done Domino's pizza before, like just straight up sticking it in the backpack. Like
what?
In Oklahoma, it's the Wild West, man. We have no rules. It's just all right. Let them in.
Oh my God! Wait. So you just carry a whole pizza in the box that's up in the movie theater? They wouldn't say squat to you.
Probably not. Probably not. They didn't at that time, and they probably wouldn't now. I don't. Well, now this COVID, maybe not, because that's how they're making their money.
That's how they're making their money. They're making their money at concession stand. Like they're like, we can't make all our ticket sales, so please come buy some candy or buy some popcorn or buy our $6 Coke that's gonna make you like run to the bathroom 5 times.
I'll tell you this though, there's not a time I go to the movie theater and I don't get popcorn. They always get their money from me because I will get a popcorn, I will get a large Coke. I mean, and I can't go to the movie theater and resist popcorn. That's a weakness to me. I can't do it.
Something about the movie theater butter for the popcorn. I'll be serious about that. Like I get there. I don't always get popcorn in the movie theater, but I am more prone to get popcorn, especially if it's like a movie that I really know I'm going to enjoy. Like I would definitely get popcorn. I always get like I don't get the large. I get like the bucket.
Oh yeah, me too.
And the
hey,
AMC,
leftovers if you don't eat it.
well, yeah, my fat ass will eat it because the AMC, the AMC by me. If you pay for your movie ticket, you get one free refill, no matter what size.
Okay.
Okay.
No matter
Yeah.
what size. So my greedy ass is eating some popcorn at the movie theater because I feel like that's the only time you get your money's worth.
Mm-hmm. One thing I do, and only one other person I've ever met does this, but I ask for jalapenos. They put on the nachos and put it in the popcorn. I eat the jalapenos with the popcorn. The
I've
jalapeno
never
juice in there.
I've never done that, but I'm pretty
It's
sure the jalapeno juice on the popcorn is probably some good stuff. I've never done that before.
oh yeah, it's good stuff.
So
My
basically,
I would say
what I
that.
need to do. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that the candy that I do, which I'm not a big candy guy, but if I would do it at the movie theater, it's either peanut M&Ms
Mm-hmm.
to eat with the popcorn,
Mm-hmm.
or Mike and Ike. Mike and Ike is
Good
one of the
choice.
candies I really love.
Good choice. I remember Mike and Ike's. I remember eating Mike and Ike's when I was a little kid. Like I think that was one of the first candies that like stood out for me. Amongst all the other candies. My movie theater munchie is usually Twizzlers because, in my opinion, Twizzlers are the only money that's actually worth the value. I mean, the only candy that's worth the value because you get the family size bag for like $5, and that's comparable to getting it at Walmart or Target.
That's true. That's true. I always know there's always one. If I'm going with a group of people, there's always one person that buys the Twizzler bag, and then we all just share off of that one bag.
Wait, do you all share off that one bag, or does everybody like reach their hand in it? Like
Oh, well, he opened it in the theater, so that means we share it. That's the way I take it.
all right,
Now,
all right. So
strawberry, cherry,
strawberry all the way.
strawberry. Okay.
Strawberry,
Okay.
okay.
My problem with cherry is that sometimes I feel like cherry can be a little more waxy tasting than strawberry.
Yeah, that's what I always think. Like, it just, I don't know. I feel like I'm eating black licorice, but with a little cherry flavor when I eat the cherry Twizzlers. I don't know. Something's off with them.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, our black licorice fam from Boss Rush, they're gonna be all like, "Oh, he's talking about black licorice again." As you know, we got some weirdos in the Boss Rush family that love their black licorice.
I don't understand these black licorice fans. I don't understand what there is to like about them. I don't know. I don't get it at all.
All right, so check out Isle Candy. What is it? Oh, look at that! Look at that! I just got a follow. I just got a follow from somebody I know. That should have been following me a long time ago. No shade. No shade.
Actually,
Okay.
it's I'm getting a delay on my end for some reason for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I don't even have it open.
Kit Kat.
Oh, I love Kit Kats.
Original Kit Kats or one? Original Kit Kats or one of the variations?
Original or the white ones? The original or the white ones. I like the white Kit Kats.
Okay.
But that's about the only thing that gets me. That or like Tic Tacs will randomly get me, like orange Tic Tacs, stuff like that. I'm not a huge candy person. It's like the flaming hot fries at the cash register that gets me every time. That's what gets me.
Usually check out aisle candy that gets me every damn time is the York peppermint patties, and I'm talking like the big wafer, the big ones. Yeah, yeah. Also, that's another one that I feel is worth the price because not most times like I catch it is it's always like $1.19, where everything else like like the regular like candy bars like the ones that are like this big are like freaking $2 now, and it's like what the hell are y'all doing? Why are candy bars so expensive now?
I think one of my guilty, I guess you could say, pleasure candies is Hershey's Cookies and Cream.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I prefer
that boy in the fridge.
I prefer the bite-sized ones though, like the ones that they come in little packets that are like this long. I like those.
Oh yeah. I feel like they put more cookies in the small ones. Like there's more cookie to chocolate ratio.
Now, you're talking about putting candy in the fridge, though. You know one thing I love, and it's already my favorite candy bar, but you know one thing I love to put in the fridge? Snickers.
Oh yeah, the Snickers. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something about the freaking it's something about the. I'm also one of those nuts that I will ruin my teeth with jawbreakers. So like you put a
Mhm.
freaking Snickers bar in the fridge or the freezer, like yeah, I'm having a blast. My dentist hates me. He's like, yeah, you're gonna pay for it one day.
Yeah, that's why I don't really
The
do candy
Snickers.
like that.
The Snickers you can put in the fridge, but I know someone who used to put it in the freezer, and I was like, how do you like? You're gonna break your teeth literally on the freezer. Like, do you have to suck it like a popsicle at that point? I don't.
Most people, that's
I
what most people do. Like usually, what I do if I put it in the freezer, I put it in the freezer, but I pull it out and I let it sit on the counter for about 5 minutes, just so it gets to that malleability where I can actually like start just like snapping it off. That's usually what I do if I put it in the freezer. If I put it in the fridge though, like I'm just gonna straight bite into it and just.
I'll be back, y'all. Hold on.
All right, we'll entertain ourselves. All right, we'll ask her when she comes. We'll ask her when she comes back. Suck on my cinnamon
Damn.
discs.
I love those, dude. Those little cinnamon discs. I
Yeah.
love those things. I love those
Oh.
things. I love old people candy.
Yes. Yeah. Shoot. Or how about the little red hots? They're like they're like the little dots. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. I like the Werther's original, the caramel ones.
You
I
know
like
what?
the little strawberry ones.
Oh,
the
God.
that come in like the strawberry wrapper. Oh yeah.
Like that's what my great grandma, she used to. She'd give a jar of those, and it's like, man, it was like the best things.
Yeah.
Or shoot, how about the after dinner mints, the butter mints? I have a thing for those too because it's something about the way they just break apart in your mouth once you pop them in.
Whoa, Dan.
I
Dan
know.
in
Look at
chat
this.
starts
Look at this guy.
said nobody actually likes Werther's. Yes, they do.
He probably doesn't like the traditional Werthers. He probably likes the strawberry cream ones.
Oh, those things went hard too.
Yeah,
And the orange ones, or was it peach? It was like
Yeah.
orange or peach.
No, it's orange. It was orange. I've never had the peach ones. If they exist, though, I want some. I will try them.
Dude, I would eat those. Remember the Hall's Breezers, the cough drops that were like candy. When I was a
Yes.
kid, I would pop like 20 of them. I would be like fake coughing, so my grandma would give me one in church. Just so she,
Oh God. There was one more that popped into my head, and when you said the breezers, I was like, oh man. There was another one that popped in my head. Jeez.
whoa,
These were no, nothing is as bad as candy corn. Nothing is as bad as candy corn. Don't go there, man. Harsh and Armello up in here.
Fish are their own length of just bad.
Nellie, Dan's in our chat acting a fool right now.
I couldn't believe he doing Werther's.
I saw him when he was like, I'm looking forward to Benjamin.
God, Dan, no, they're not all the same.
No. All right, let's wrap
Dan's
this
not
thing.
allowed on the show again. Dan's not allowed. Oh, Dots is on that level too.
Yeah,
kinda
Dots
sucks,
is on
too.
that level.
That's like eating rubber.
Dots is on that level. And what's those one candies that have the fruity outside shell, but the inside is black licorice? Those can die in the fire too.
I've never even heard of such things. That just sounds like cool.
Hold on. Unpopular Halloween candy.
But we always have time for Oreos.
Oh, is that what you want?
No.
Oh, we need to send Nick a care
Is the
package.
Oreo share package?
Yeah, we need to send him a care package.
Yeah.
But no, my cousin in there singing. I was like, dude.
Good and plenties. That's what they are.
Good and plenties. I don't know.
Oh, dude, I
Yeah.
keep seeing
Yeah,
the box. I'm like, I
the
don't
purple-
trust it. I don't know what it is, but I don't trust it.
the purple, white, and yellow candy on the outside, and it is black licorice on the inside.
Ew.
Oh, that's just
Yeah.
that's just cruel.
Yeah.
That's just cruel.
You know, you always got that old lady on your street that's giving all the kids that.
That lady's house is getting egged the next morning. I tell you what. Not even at night. Broad daylight. I'm at her porch saying, "Hey, what's up with these good and plenties?" And then I just start egging her house.
And these and man, the packaging used to be so misleading because like they're because like the Halloween ones, they're like in the same box and size as like the boxes for the nerds. So you know you hear them rattle when they hit your bag or your bucket, and you're like, oh, I got nerds, and you look, it's like good and plenties.
I always thought those were like another flavor version of Mike and Ike's, and I'm glad my mom never let me get them because I would have been sorely disappointed. Sorely disappointed.
Yeah. All right. Let's wrap this segment up. All right. So, your all-time favorite. Stop what you're doing and eat candy. I can tell you right now. Everyone that knows me knows that. Shoot. To show you how bad I am, I have a bag that I haven't even thrown away. It's empty though. Gummy savers.
Oh yeah.
That is my stop what you're doing and eat candy.
Mine are
Go ahead, Nellie.
Sour Patch Kids. No, not Sour Patch Kids. The little Sour Patch straws. I love those so much.
Oh, the sour punch
Oh,
straws.
yes.
There you go.
Get it like
Sour
the
punch
bowling
straws.
alley.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember every time I go to the bowling alley as a kid, those would always be there, and I would grab some. That was like a bowling. I have like a connection with sour punch straws and bowling alley for some reason. My stop and eat candy is probably high chews. That's something I always have at the house.
Oh man,
And
high chews
always
are the
just
best.
I just pop in
What's
my
your
mouth all the
What's
time.
your favorite flavor?
I think because I buy all the different kinds. I think I
Yeah.
have to go with green apple
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, I love green.
and maybe the mango. Green
Oh, the
apple
mango
and
is good.
Those
The mango is
are
good. I
probably
love
the two
the
favorites. Yeah,
I love the
I
pineapple.
love them all.
I love the pineapple
Yeah.
ones. And the dragon fruit ones. Because
Oh yeah, the dragon fruit.
you know what's crazy though, the
They got
dragon
those little
fruit.
seeds.
Yeah, you know what's crazy though, dragon fruit candy does not taste like dragon fruit. The fruit.
No, no, it doesn't.
All right. Well, there you have it. Like, man, I feel like our PlayStation segments are getting way longer than they used to be.
It's longer than the rest of the show. It's longer than the rest of the show.
I know, because now we're about to like breeze through the freaking blurbs and all this stuff, and it's like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so hey, Mama Ro, how's it going? Good to see you here. Like we love when you show up. It's because idiots in chat are talking about Werther's. You know what? I thought Dan was such a cool guy. Like, weren't we trying to steal him from Power Block?
Yeah, you know what? Maybe Pal Block should keep him. I mean, he had me with the dots and the black licorice, and
But then he had the trash talk Werther's. You know what?
Yeah, the trash
leave it.
talk Werther's.
You know what? We will leave it to our audience. So when this show goes live on Thursday, to everybody that's listening out there, just hit us up at ps_crossroads on Twitter. Let us know. Are Werther's originals? Are they a trash worthy candy? Or are some of our friends and companions around here crazy? Just let us know. He's still going on about it.
Yeah,
He's
you
still
are not
going on
getting
about
trolled.
it.
You are
You know
not
what?
getting trolled. Werther's Originals is legit good. You just got bad taste buds somewhere. I don't know. Maybe you got maybe you ate so much black
He's trolling. He's trolling us. He's trying to gaslight us. I thought we were done being gaslit after the Trump administration got out of here.
Oh
You
no.
Dan, you
People
always
like
welcome.
Dan still exists trolling around in the Twitch chat.
Oh, look at Nellie being nice. Nellie's like, Dan's always welcome. Look at Nellie being nice. You know what? We do need guests to come back on the show. So yeah, we'll talk bad about Dan off camera.
This is how
Wow.
Nelly was able to get Nick on the show, whereas we'll never get anyone else on the show.
We're not sweet enough for these guys. speaking of, I just want to say, give a quick thanks to our guest from last week, Nick Apostolides.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
you were wonderful. We appreciate you coming out and hanging out with us. It honestly, it was one of the best shows I had ever been on. And I've been on quite a few of the Boss Rush games shows and stuff like that, and this was one of the good ones. So we've got to find some way. We've got to find some way to match it or top it in the future here. Because we're on episode 26, so we have time to think about some other stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so the Dan, Dan's making us blush now. It was a great show, but you know what? We have to give a round of applause for our girl Nellie, because you're the one that made it happen. You're
Yeah.
MVP, girl. Shoot, like we taking out to dinner, we buying you drinks. It's
Oh yeah, drinks. Okay, here we go. Cheers.
Oh yeah.
All right. So before we get started here, we just want to say that every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, twitch.tv/exodus803. Come check out the show. You're going to have a blast. All right. Now, here's some PlayStation blurbs the Crossroads crew thought you might be interested in. We've got a bunch of them for you tonight, so strap in. Here we go. All right. Our first one, Yakuza Like a Dragon. The free PS5 upgrades are now available. All right. There's a story behind this one. I'm just going to tell you. All right, so Yakuza Like a Dragon is out now on PlayStation 5, and it is a free upgrade if you already own the game on PS4. That's wonderful news, right? Well, it wasn't at first, because there was a huge problem with the digital rollout, which actually had owners of the game being prompted to buy the current gen edition if you tried to claim the upgrade on the PlayStation Store. Yeah, there was a let's just say it was a clusterfuck. Let's just leave it at that. But don't fret though, because as of now, the free PS4 to PS5 upgrade for Yakuza Like a Dragon is finally working for digital buyers. Check out the original story that was published on pushsquare.com to get the details of the snafu. They had a blow by blow breakdown of it. It's hilarious. All right. Our next blurb. This one's pretty good now. Is it possible to mine Bitcoin using your PS5 console? Guys.
Bitcoin's all the rage.
I keep hearing about Bitcoin. I don't know exactly what Bitcoin is, but
Bitcoin is a digital currency that's becoming its own. It's becoming its own money, form of money now. Yeah, and the way you generate Bitcoin differently than you actually make real money, because basically it's done digitally. You basically have a system that they call a rig for the most part. It usually is a bunch of graphics processors, which is why I can't find freaking 3080 graphics cards. Thank you very much. But anyway, like usually most of the rigs have at least anywhere from 6 to 20 freaking graphics cards hanging off of it, and all they do is just crunch computational data and stuff, and they're actually mining for whatever form of bit currency there is.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So various Chinese forums and even some well-known outlets have been reporting that some people in China have managed to hack the PS5 and turn it into mining hardware that can reach the mining power of 99 megahertz per second, supporting NB Miner and Ethereum, which is an Ethereum mining algorithm. While we can't completely deny the PS5 crypto mining ability using various system hacks, the power rate mentioned above sounds a little odd, but basically it's coming to light that the PS5's hardware, especially the processor and graphics unit, which has been developed based on AMD's RDNA 2 architecture. I'm sorry, it's becoming tech talk with LeRon real fast, I know. This is the same technology that's being used for the company's latest and most powerful graphics cards, particularly the RX 6000 series, the RX 6000 series. While the mining power mentioned in the reports could possibly be wrong, it cannot be denied that this could become another Pandora's box situation. Why a Pandora's box situation? Because PS5 crypto mining ability using hacks to mine some of the popular cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. If it turns out to be true, we can probably expect the shortage of PS5 consoles to last even longer than before it would be before, you know, because it would be a cheap but efficient device for miners to keep their businesses growing. Now, but you know what? I am you know what? I'm honestly fine with the fact that the PlayStation 5 has the power to do that. But yes, this would be a nightmare if people start jumping on that bandwagon and doing it, because I swear to you, like
Yeah.
Austin just got a PlayStation 5 last week, and it wasn't for a lack of trying. Dude's been trying since you've been trying since early December, right? Did you hear me?
What was that, LeRon?
Huh? What?
What did you say, LeRon?
Oh, I was just saying how you've been looking for a PS5 since early December, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, since it came out, basically.
Okay, yeah, but
I think we all been.
it feels like you hit a dead heat once December really got here, though. But yeah, anyway, it's problematic. It's a nightmare. Dan is just going off in chat about this. I had Dan says he had a friend who bought into Bitcoin when it was $6, and you made fun of him. Well, he's a millionaire and a chief blockchain researcher at Fidelity, and I'm not. Oh, jeez.
Oh wow.
Man, I swear, that's my problem. I can't ever find this stuff when it trends really early and it looks like it's going to be a big thing. I can't. By the time I hear about it, like it's already like thousands of dollars a share or something.
Well, you got your Dogecoin. You can try to jump in on now.
If you love that slow burn.
Oh yeah, really, really slow. But hey, maybe one day, who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Musk keeps telling y'all to buy it.
Right? You know what? I feel like Elon Musk is a troll himself online. I feel like some of the stuff, and I feel like some of the stuff he's doing is trolling people, and he's just sitting back. What's that? He's sitting back, well, like that meme where the guy's laughing and there's like crazy fire behind him.
Yeah.
I feel like we're part of the cyberpunk simulation right now, and Elon Musk is in control. All right, moving on to our next topic. The PlayStation Store is set to discontinue movie and TV purchases and rentals. All right. Sony Interactive Entertainment is ending its services for purchasing and rentals of movies and TV shows. In a statement on PlayStation blog by Vanessa Lee, Sony Interactive Entertainment's head of video business, she made the announcement that the platform would no longer offer movie and TV purchases and rentals through PlayStation Store as of August 31st, 2021. When this change takes effect, users can still access movie and TV content that they have purchased through the PlayStation Store for on-demand playback on their PS4 and PS5 and mobile devices. But beyond that, nothing new as of that date will be purchasable. Lee made the statement, "We thank our fans for their continued support, and we look forward to further enhancing the entertainment experience on PlayStation." Let me ask you guys a question. Did you guys actually like rented and or made purchases of digital content besides games off the PlayStation Network?
No, I didn't.
One time, I rented one movie because it was $1 cheaper than Amazon at the time, and I needed it for college, and so I bought it on the PlayStation Store. And I'm gonna be honest, if they were any cheaper than Amazon, I probably would have kept doing it. But when it was the same amount, I was like, whatever.
Right. Be like, I can find it somewhere else. And I don't know if you guys have heard, I'm actually doing homework, so forgive me.
You're trying to take the next level. We forgive you. We forgive you.
But
I never even bought.
Can't buy. I can't buy stuff on Vita anymore. If I wanted movies on the Vita.
Yeah, well, what? I never actually bought movie content for the PSP. Well, back when that was a thing.
The UMDs.
Yeah.
I thought about buying a PSP and buying those little UMDs because you can buy them at like vintage stock or whatever for like $2 a piece. Like maybe one day these things will be worth something. You know, maybe Adam Sandler's click on the PSP will be worth something.
They're gonna be like how the Betamax is like because I hear some people will snap up anything Betamax you have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know a few people that have some Betamax stuff, and it's starting to get a lot more. It's going on auctions for more and more money. Farther we go.
Okay, all right. So here's some news that's probably going to hit people out of left field. EA delays the new Need for Speed title and shifts Criterion to support Battlefield 6.
Are we really excited for a Need for Speed game though?
You know what? I don't. That's a good question because you know what? If EA wants to win with a racing title, they need to dust off a new Burnout game. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel about this.
I don't know if you all saw this, but EA came out with like a video that was announcing what are those guys' names? The people they just bought for racing.
Codemasters.
Playground. Codemasters.
Codemasters.
So they announced that they had a collaboration with Codemasters, and then they labeled Need for Speed and WRC and Dirt Rally and like all these racing titles, and there was like 5 or 6 of them, and they didn't mention Burnout at all. And
I don't get it.
Really,
and Criterion
really
and Criterion is the people who came up with Burnout.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
EA shifted in the Need for Speed.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, Need for Speed is fine. I don't think so my friend is really into the racing stuff, and especially Need for Speed, definitely in the street racing stuff. And he said that the newer Need for Speeds, like this PS4 generation, were pretty good. The first one was good. The second one was better, and then the third one was kind of it was better than like the PS3 era of Need for Speed games. But even he says that he loves the old PS2 Need for Speed games the best, but he would take a new Burnout over what they're giving us now.
Exactly.
At this point.
honestly, Need for Speed is one of those games where it actually did back in the day. It actually did phenomenally well on PC. Like it wasn't. Need for Speed has never been a simulation racing game, but I hear about people who just like they love the glory days of Need for Speed on the older PC titles. All right, so Electronic Arts will postpone the next Need for Speed game by a year and put its studio, Criterion Games, to work supporting EA DICE on the Battlefield series, which will debut on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X this fall. In an interview, EA's top executive for the studio stresses that neither franchise is in trouble, nor is Criterion being taken off this Need for Speed project. Laura Mealy, EA's chief studios officer, told Polygon that pandemic working conditions and the Codemasters acquisition already delivering at least one racing game for EA later this year made reassigning Criterion a rational call. Battlefield is shaping up great. The team has been working incredibly hard. They pushed hard this last year, and yes, we have been working from home. Mealy told Polygon, and it's hard. It's hard to make games from home, and the EA DICE team is fatigued a bit. You know what? I wonder, do these companies send these people home with the hardware to do this?
I was wondering that too.
Or are they all doing it remotely? Like they're remoting into their workstations and stuff? Because I tell you what, if I was a programmer or developer, and y'all gonna send me home with all the equipment to do it, I'll be like, say no more, fam. I got you.
my thinking is, we've known for developers to work long hours at the office, and what I would imagine was what I would have trouble with is taking it home with me is going to make me never want to, or make me never leave the office, which is my house.
Yeah,
I'm constantly looking at it. I'm constantly looking at things that can improve and change. And you probably, leaving the office probably gives you that like barrier, like, okay, I can't do it anymore, I can't go back, I'm at home, that's it. When
Or
you're
at
at
least it
home
gives
and all
you.
the stuff you are here to build your game is at your house, you can never escape it. I bet you that's probably where the fatigue is coming from, even more so now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And home life, and the work from home life is definitely different now than it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Because you're working from home, but guess what? Your kids are also working from home now. Your spouse is also
Exactly.
working from home now. Your roommates are also working from home now and stuff like that. It's a
So
different
there's a lot of
environment. So
distraction right there.
yeah, it's a lot of distractions. Yeah. Merely added, we have a great game and some incredible potential with this game. We are playing to win. We're playing to put a great Battlefield game out in the market. Electronic Arts told investors in November that Need for Speed and Battlefield will both get new games on the newest generation consoles by March 2022. So look for Battlefield later on this year, and look for Need for Speed next year. All right, more Sony news. Sony will continue to release new games directly for PlayStation Plus. So yeah, that trend that's been
This is
happening.
exciting.
Yes, I love it. That trend that's been happening where we're getting actual games on day one releases technically for free.
Yep.
Keep it coming.
Yeah.
Keep it coming.
PlayStation boss Jim Ryan says that the company plans to publish more games directly to PlayStation Plus. Sony has previously released several notable games directly to the PlayStation Plus subscribers, specifically the vehicular combat game Destruction All Stars and the monster catching game Bugsnax. Bugsnax, that was a quirky game. Austin, have you had a chance to play it yet?
No, that's definitely going to be one of the first games I play on my list. Of I'm still, we'll get to it later, but I'm still trying to focus on Horizon. I need to finish it so I can finish the DLC, and then I'm going to get right into the PS5 games. But yeah,
Yeah,
this is exciting. Bugsnax is from what I hear is like a weird game, but people are intrigued by it and like it. Destruction All Stars, unfortunately, I've heard is having server issues or lack of player issues. And
I'm
I
one of
don't
those. I'm
know
one
if
of
we're
those.
gonna.
I'm one of those players that's lacking. I have it on my system, and I just haven't. I just haven't put any.
I also downloaded it and I thought about playing it because I'm like, I'll just hop in there and do some matches, and I'm like, yeah.
You know what? You know what? You know what? You and I should hop on one night and just play. Like make our own
Hey,
lobby and just
Oh
play.
yeah.
we should definitely do that. We could get the Diggity Boys to come
Oh
on and
yeah.
play with us. Yeah,
Oh
we ought to do
yeah.
that. We
All
ought to
right.
get some
Yeah.
people going.
We'll throw down the. We'll throw down the. Wait. Maybe we need to practice first, and then throw down the gauntlet to
Oh
Diggity.
yeah, we definitely
Practice first.
But yeah,
Oh.
I mean, I think we'll get to it later. But the maquette, I think, is
Yeah. That's.
the March game, and it's also brand new as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
And so
Which is crazy
keep it
because
coming. I
actually,
love it.
that's cool though because like that's actually one of the games that was headlining the Yoshida's PlayStation Indie Initiative. That was one of the games that was highlighting it. So yeah, let's see, where are we? Okay, in an interview with GQ, Ryan said that the company feels that releasing directly to PS Plus is a very interesting and innovative way to publish games. It works for us it works for us as the publisher, and we know subscribers to PlayStation Plus love it. In that same interview, the GQ interviewer cited Sony's own statistics that state that 87% of people with a PS5 were subscribed to PS Plus. That was a no-brainer. Like Sony got me back on PlayStation Plus when I got my PS5 as soon as I heard about the PS Plus collection. So I mean, that was a no-brainer. I mean, I was one of those people like I'm not spending $60 a month. I barely play games online. But then they're like, oh, we're gonna give you 12 possibly more like triple A titles from the last library. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like bring it on.
and all I had to do was go look online for like a discount card for PlayStation Plus. I got 2 years of PlayStation Plus for $70. So I mean,
hey, if those deals come on, you gotta jump on it,
hey,
man.
hey,
Yeah. You do.
hey. As a matter of fact, we here at Crossroads, when those deals come up, pay attention to our Twitter page. We'll put the links up so you guys can jump on them, and they are actually legitimate because I was distrustful of them at first. You know, I was like, oh, they're about to take $70 from me, which is $10 more than what a year costs, and I'm going to get a code that doesn't work, and I got my 2 years.
Yep.
Yeah, so they're verified. They work. So like we will help
I've
you save
used
money.
the last one you posted.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I got one active right now, and then I got another one.
If I'm not mistaken, though, you can only have up to 3 years up to 3 years in your queue. So like you actually have to use up the time before you can add more time on because you can stack up, but I think you can only do 3 years at once.
I only got one code in, so I gotta redo it when the time is.
The GQ interview revealed many other developments for Sony fans, including the fact that Gran Turismo 7 has been delayed from 2021 to 2022. No surprise there. But it was due to COVID-related production challenges, which is also no surprise there. Even though I don't know, I feel like Digital Polyphony. They have a track record of just releasing Gran Turismo whenever they feel like it. And I feel like COVID might have been the excuse to say, okay, we need more time. And I think that was I don't think that was a real excuse for them. I think that was the most convenient excuse for them.
Yeah, I mean, whether it was COVID related or not, I definitely knew, we were definitely talking about this, that they have to get this right. They have to make sure this game is good.
Yes.
And able to outcompete the next Forza whenever that game may come out. It's got to be spot on. They cannot fail on this game. So, Listen, COVID might. If the vaccine, everyone was vaccinated tomorrow and COVID was over, I think Gran Turismo 7 would still not come out due to COVID-related issues for another 2 or 3 years if that's what it takes. So, I would be. I never did think we were getting it this year, and we'll see if we get it next year.
Honestly, I was shocked when they're like, "Oh, July 2021." I was like, "Shut the hell up." The hell up. I'm like, you're telling me
don't get light behind God of War and Horizon. You're not coming out before them. No way.
I was like, we haven't seen a Gran Turismo game come out in the first year of a PlayStation console since GT4.
Yeah.
All right. Our last blurb is it's a good one actually. Star Wars Republic Commando launches on PS4 this April. That's right, guys. That's right, boys and girls. Like, one of the best Star Wars games is finally coming to PlayStation. It's also coming to Switch, but it's coming to PlayStation.
I'm gonna get it for PC if it comes out.
It's already on PC.
Okay.
It's been on PC. It was on PC when it launched on Xbox? Was it That was the original Xbox title, wasn't it?
I know it was on Xbox.
Oh wait, is that the one? Okay.
Yeah, it came out. Yeah, it came out on Xbox and PC when it initially launched.
I don't remember now.
So look at you cracking jokes at me. Look, I might get it on PC though. I might. I never played it, but all my friends who are into first person shooters and are Star Wars fans, like, they actually say that Republic Commando is what they were hoping Star Wars Battlefront was going to be. All right, so groundbreaking squad-based shooter Star Wars Republic Commando is blasting on the PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch on April 2021. It's time again to suit up and hit the front lines of Geonosis with Delta Squad in the fight for the Republic. Star Wars Republic Commando is the fan-favorite first-person tactical shooter where players lead a team of clone commandos as they battle through increasingly difficult missions that take place throughout the legendary Clone Wars saga. The game, brought back as a single-player experience with modernized controls, arrives on PS4 and Switch for the price of $14.99. Yo. But, I'm wondering, though, we're spending $14.99 for the game as a single-player experience. Do you have a funny feeling they might try to squeeze 15 more bucks out of us to get the multiplayer?
I hope they just give us Battlefront 2 multiplayer just to add on to that. I would say, I give a lot of crap to these Nintendo people for Skyward Sword paid $60. I would pay $100 if you remastered Battlefront 2 and put it on the PS5. I would pay $100 for that game, so I can't say too much.
All right. Since its original launch in 2005, Republic Commando continues to be a fan favorite Star Wars game. We're honored to be able to work with Lucas Games to bring back this beloved moment in the franchise history, says Ted Stalock, co-founder of Aspire, who is also who they're the current developers and will be actually working on the game. Also, check out the Twitch chat because you can see the Republic Commando announcement trailer. And there you go. All right, to get the scoop on all these blurbs, links have been provided in our Twitch stream chat. Go check them all out, and then continue the conversation with us on our Twitter page at @PS_Crossroads. All right. We have no questions tonight from the audience, but just remember, if you want to have your question read on the show, tweet us at @PS_Crossroads or email us at crossroadspspod@gmail.com. And as usual, like I always say every week, I will go ahead and put our email address in the Twitch chat for you guys, so you can check that out, because we have had people come in our mentions saying, "Hey, like that is the most heinously long and confusing email address we have ever seen." So there you go.
There's a lot of S's in there.
Exactly.
S's and B's.
Well, you guys remember when I first started saying it on the show? Like I was getting tongue twisted just saying that.
Hardcore.
All right. So you know what? We just ran through 6 blurbs, and so it already seems like we're into the news and events. So let's just break into the news and events for this week.
Let's go.
All right. First up, the March games have been announced for PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now. So let's do it like this, guys. I'm going to go ahead and throw these links out in the chat right now, so you guys can just follow along whenever you feel like it. And we're going to go ahead. This is going to be really quick because it's 8 games that I'm about to talk about. So let's do this. It's that time again. The beginning of the month means it's time to see what's getting added to PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now. Following last Thursday's State of Play, the PlayStation blog delivered the details for the March 2021 additions to the services. So here we go. Our March PlayStation Plus titles, and this first one is going to bring down the house. I guarantee you. The Final Fantasy VII Remake for PS4.
Ooh.
If you guys have been waiting around, for something big to happen in Final Fantasy VII, this is it.
Mm-hmm.
You have PS4, PS5, you can get this game for free. This is the modern reimagined.
Which is insane.
Yeah, I was not expecting. I was not expecting this
last year.
Yeah, I was not expecting this game to be a free game on PlayStation Plus. I was not.
Now they do have a little bit of
there's a caveat there.
A little bit of catch.
There's a caveat there, and I'll get to it in 1 second. All right, so as you guys know, this is the modern reimagining of Square Enix's iconic RPG. And this is the game that's leading the charge for this month for PlayStation 4. And this is the one that everybody should jump on. Boasting unforgettable characters, a mind-blowing story, and epic battles, last year's retelling of the game-changing PlayStation 1 classic chronicles the Midgar adventure of Cloud, Tifa, Barrett, and other memorable characters, and it covers the party's escape from Midgar, and will even delves deeper into the events occurring in Midgar than what was actually rolled out in the original classic. Please note, the PlayStation 4 version of Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is available to PlayStation Plus members it's available now, right? Yeah, it's available now.
As of today, it is available.
As of today.
Yes. I was looking for it yesterday, and I was like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all the PS Plus games are now available at this recording.
Yep. Please note that the PS4 version of Final Fantasy VII Remake, available to PlayStation Plus members, is not eligible for the PS5 digital version update. So, we said this during our State of Play live last week, Austin. That we said, if you want to actually have access to performance and fidelity mode. If you want to have access to all to souped up load times, and yes, it's been proven the PS5 version of Final Fantasy 7 has sick load times. I mean, it's
Yeah.
I'm playing Final Fantasy 7 on PS5 right now, and the load times are freaking amazing, and it's supposed to be even better than that. So I mean, there you go.
Come to PC.
I was waiting for it to come to PC. I was a holdout.
I'm teasing. I
know, y'all laughing at me, but I mean, I was a holdout. But I got the PS5, and I was like, I need games. So I started like dipping into my backlog of games I was waiting to come to the PC.
That's funny. That's why I'm like I'm kind of waiting on my PlayStation to come out with more games. But
I tell you what. Well. Here. Well, you know what? We say this. I think we say this at least once a month. Even if you don't have a PlayStation, go ahead and log on to the PlayStation Store and add it to your library. Because then you're gonna be mad because Final Fantasy VII Remake Chapter 2 is gonna come out, and the game is still gonna be $60, and maybe $70 if you want to get the PS5 version. And you're gonna be mad because you had a chance to get it for free. So do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor, log on to the PlayStation Store, add it to your library. And that's all. That's all. And as long as you have PlayStation Plus, you have access to the game.
I mean, because of that, since I did that when I got my PS5 last Thursday, I was able to get Bug Snacks free. I was able to get Maneater free. I was able to get Destruction All Stars free, which you still are able to do that as well.
I was actually shocked that you actually. Well, I was actually shocked you snagged Bug Snacks, but I think you said you already had it in your library. Because if I'm not mistaken, you can no longer get it.
I mean, yeah, you can't get it now. But I mean, if you've done it all this time, whenever you do get your PS5, you will get all those games if you went and added to your library. So that's why it's really important just to add everything, even if you don't want it, because maybe one day you will.
All right.
Now,
so,
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Because I was looking at the state of the I want to say State of Decay so bad.
State of Decay. We know where your head's at.
This is PlayStation. At the end of the State of Play, it said if you own a copy of the PlayStation 4 version, update to the PlayStation 5 version for free. Do you need a physical copy?
I believe digital will also get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe digital also gets it.
Okay.
Yeah, it has to be an actual purchase. So if you actually want this game, the only way you can get this game is if because I think if you log into PlayStation right now and you're an existing PlayStation Plus member, you're only going to see the PlayStation Plus copy for free. So if anything, you're going to have to go to a store and buy a digital redeem code, and then do it that way if you want it digitally. I mean, but I'm gonna say right now, like the game already eats up space. Like I have the disc version, and it eats up 70 gigs of space on my system.
Yes,
I have the disc version, and these enhancements and stuff is probably going to drop at least another 20 gigs onto your system. So be prepared.
Add Call of Duty, and then you're full.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Thanks for shouting that out last week during the live, because that was like my mind was blown when I heard about the freaking capacity, the hard drive capacity for those. Whew. All right. Remnant from Ashes for PS4 is also one of the free titles. In that game, you're playing as one of the last remnants of humanity attempting to retake a world overrun by monstrous interdimensional invaders. And this in this third-person survival action shooter from Gunfire Games, players will venture into dynamically generated worlds alone or with up to 2 other survivors, scavenging for supplies and modding your equipment to to strengthen your chances of survival when tackling over a 100 deadly variety of enemies and battling epic bosses. All right, now here's one. Like Austin mentioned, this the game's called Maquette. It is a PS5. It was a PS5 only game, and it is launching as a free title for PlayStation Plus. Maquette sets you in the center of a world. In the center of a world, the rules of which are very different from our own. This intriguing first-person puzzler designed around Escher-esque recursive simulation. I'm a fairly intelligent person. I need to look up what Escher means. I need to look that up.
Something I found interesting is they actually have Bryce Dallas Howard as a voice actress in this game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from Jurassic World.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then someone else that I forgot the name of. I can't think of his name.
Which my only question is, how the hell is she running from dinosaurs in high heels and she didn't get ate?
There's a lot of questions for Jurassic World that we don't want to get into.
All right. Solutions to the puzzles in Maquette require you to twist the world recursively, manipulating the landscape of a diorama. Will see those changes mirrored in life-size version that surrounds you. I'm already getting confused just reading this description.
It kind of gives me some Witness vibes. I don't know if you played The Witness, but
no, I haven't.
It's a really, really good game. Really, really good puzzle game.
You know what?
I'm definitely gonna play this.
My buddy Who Dat's gonna kill me, but I need someone to play A Way Out with. We started it and we never finished it. Well, it was my fault though because I let go of my PlayStation Plus on PS when I had it on PS4. So it was my fault. We never finished it together. We started together, and that's my best friend. And I guarantee you, like he's gonna be all up in my mentions later after he hears I just say I need to find someone to play this game with. I love you, man.
Okay, me and my best friend were also gonna play that game. We never did.
And It Takes Two is coming real soon. It's from that same studio. It Takes Two is coming, and you know what? That studio, I think that's going to be one of my favorite studios. If It Takes Two comes out and it's just rocking and rolling, I think this will be one of my new favorite studios because I don't think I've had a new favorite studio since Visceral Games. Rest in peace, guys.
Oh.
All right.
Got real sad.
The last free PlayStation Plus title is Farpoint, which is actually a PSVR title. Go figure. Given that we just had news that PlayStation VR is coming back on the PS5 in a new and improved and updated form. All right. In Farpoint, you will master an arsenal of weapons to keep yourself alive on a hostile alien world in this free-roaming, first-person PSVR shooter. Optimized for the PlayStation VR aim controller and fully playable with a DualShock wireless controller, strike out towards your crashed space station solo or with a friend in online co-op. Trade alien threats for testing each other's skills in a variety of versus game modes. These games will be available until April 5th, 2021. And don't forget, Destruction All-Stars is also downloadable this month. I think at the end of this month it goes away as a free title. I think.
Yeah. It'll probably be like $20 or $40 or whatever afterwards. So
all right.
Definitely jump on it now.
And if you are a subscriber to PlayStation Now, just take note that World War Z, Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown, Infamous Second Son, good game, and Super Hot will be have also made their debut on the PlayStation Now service. Infamous Second Son is the reason why. It was one of the first games I bought for a PS4 for. It wasn't the reason why I bought a PS4, but it was one of the first games I bought for PS4. And if you're a fan of the Infamous series as a whole, like this game is not going to do you wrong. And if I'm not mistaken, Infamous Second Light is a free game on the PlayStation Plus collection. So, it's not so much a follow up and it's not so much add on, but it's just another game in the series for in that world. But yeah, it's made from the creator Ghost of Tsushima, so you already know it's got a good pedigree. You play as Delson Rowe, and his superhuman powers are in your hands. You'll push your awesome abilities to the limit and see how your choices affect the city of Seattle and the people around you. Hijack the powers of other superhumans, soar across the Seattle skyline, and choose how your own story plays out. So yeah, that's definitely if you are a subscriber to PlayStation Now. I'm not, but I would say if you have not played Infamous Second Son, give this game a shot. Like, you will love it.
Yeah.
World War Z is available on PlayStation Now until September the 6th, 2021, and Ace Combat Skies Unknown will be available on PlayStation Now until May 31st, 2021. Wow, that was pretty quick.
World War Z. Wow. About to say.
hey, there's some of that Resident Evil snobbery. I can feel it.
It is. Actually, it's more like Left 4 Dead. If you
Uh,
just really want a good third person
Mm.
shooter. I mean, it's fun if you want to act silly, but.
Well, we're getting Back for Blood soon, so
that's where it's at. That's where it's at. And my dumbass, I missed the freaking alpha for that. Like I was signed up for the alpha, and I never participated.
Wow, bruh.
Yeah, I know. I'm a terrible gamer. I am.
Come on, PC though. Now let me stop. Ooh, I wonder if it's a crossover play though. That would be nice.
They haven't said if it's gonna be crossplay.
Oh, crossplay. There you go.
I don't think it will be crossplay because you know the console gamers are gonna be all pissed off that the PC gamers have an edge.
Oh. Well, I guess it may not matter though if it's a co-op. Now, if it's PvP stuff, maybe. But if it's co-op, I don't mind playing with a PC player that's got an edge. I guess they can carry my ass.
Yeah. Well, I already know this. They've already said Destiny is crossplay. You can't console players can't opt to play with PC players. And I already know some people. They're already like letting out, hey, like you get this PC, right? So they're already starting to form their squads.
Yeah.
All right. Our next story for the night. Hogwarts Legacy is reportedly going to include the ability to create transgender characters. Now, this is funny. Controversial and funny. All right. And you know what? I don't really like giving this guy credit, but I'll go ahead and give him the credit. Bloomberg's Jason Schreier has reported that Hogwarts Legacy will include the ability to create a transgender witch or wizard. Stop it, Nellie. Stop it. This will be done through an in-depth character creator that separates the body, voice, and gender options. Following those choices, you will determine which dormitory your bed bunk and belongings will be located in by selecting to be either a witch or a wizard. Schreier then went on to state that the development team at Avalanche Software have been pushing hard for the feature to be a thing, and that the inclusive character creator will be a part of the final product. The build-up to the launch of Hogwarts Legacy, now slated for 2022, has been marred by the controversial comments made by Harry Potter author and creator J.K. Rowling. Repeatedly accused of transphobia, many longtime fans of the series find themselves in a difficult predicament. Do they support what is a dream game for many, or refuse to put cash in the back pocket of Rowling? This situation was then worsened when it was discovered that lead designer Troy Levitt has a history of criticizing feminism and social justice movements via a YouTube channel. He also expressed support for Gamergate, which harassed women and minorities in the past. The team behind Hogwarts Legacy passed on this information to Schreier because they said they're said to be sad and frustrated with the development predicament they found themselves in. The Bloomberg report also adds the caveat that anything can change between now and the game's release year, but for now, transgender witches and wizards are in, and we can only hope it stays in. You know, let's spend a couple minutes to talk about this real quickly because remember when we were watching the PlayStation event and they revealed this game? Wait, was it PlayStation or was it Xbox? This one was revealed on the Microsoft on the Inside Xbox one, wasn't it?
I think it was the Xbox. I think it was Xbox.
I remember we were talking about this, and this is one of those ones that, like a lot of us nerded out on. I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan, but I've always liked I've always liked the universe and the inner workings. My problem is I'm terrible at fantasy. I'm a science fiction guy, so I need a scientific explanation for how things happen, not just poof, it happened because I put it this wide.
You need some Full Metal Alchemist. There's got to be some science involved.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, this is one of those games, and I remember one of the first things that we talked about when we watched the Inside Xbox and they revealed this game. It was like, how's this going to go over with the fact that J.K. Rowling, for lack of a better word, is being a cunt right now. That's the best way to describe it. I mean, she's British, so she understands the terminology.
That's not a harsh word in the British term. You have to think of something harsher for her.
What would that be, wanker?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's my favorite British word, by the way, wanker. That and oi. I catch myself doing that sometimes when somebody just get on my nerves, like, oi, what's going on here? Oh God.
I found that out though. I really haven't been paying too much attention to her. I think I do still follow her on Twitter, but I'm like,
Logan and I, we were beside ourselves because like we are interested in this game, but at the same time, it's just one of those things where it's like, how do we support her?
I'm sensitive when it comes to the LGBTQ plus community because I do have gay people in my family. I do have lesbians in my family. One of my best friends is transgender, and I love him to death. So it's like it bothers me.
It bothers me when people go out of their way to dehumanize people, which is why I've actually gotten in a better habit of like being really sensitive about how I use pronouns. I've actually gotten to the point now where like I'll just automatically say they or them. If I don't know who you are, and this is particularly on the online thing because nowadays you never know if you're talking to a guy or a girl, and the one thing I will say in the gaming community, like we have more people who are more accepting of being called they or them, when we don't know what their gender is. And, I'd rather take the most neutral way to say something about somebody than to say the wrong thing. Because you never know what they've been going through. And I completely support our trans allies and stuff like that. I do. You guys are important. You guys are real. You guys exist. And I think I can speak for us on Crossroads that we appreciate you, we value you, and we see you. I think I can say that.
Yes.
Yeah, so the fact that Avalanche Software is basically popping J.K. Rowling in the mouth, I love it. I love it. It's like what is it? It's like in Happy Gilmore when Sandler's fighting with Bob Barker. He's like, the price is wrong, bitch.
From what I can tell, just like with J.K. Rowling and stuff, it seems like she's going out of her way to make it more offensive or make it more direct or more of an attack towards people that aren't asking for it. And same with his other guy. Like I guess he's got all these YouTube videos. And it seems like the studio just couldn't catch a break of just being like out of the news for a game that they just are passionate about to make. My question is I guess they're gonna do a lot better than Cyberpunk did, from what I can tell, because you got some options, which everyone was thinking Cyberpunk was gonna be that
I
game
know.
And now it looks like Hogwarts Legacy is going to be that game that makes these options possible. So I'm curious how this game is going to go. This game has got so much news about it that's not even about the game. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah. Like the game might be garbage, but but everything we hear about it is making us root for it.
Yeah. Like, I'm really rooting for these developers to overcome all this stuff because they have not been given an easy hand. It's just all right, now JK saying this, and I guess our lead producers got videos of this, and now, like, everyone can't, they don't, some people directly hate us, and some people don't know if they can support us. And that's a tough spot to be in, so...
The one thing that bothers me the most about this, okay, like you look at a person like J.K. Rowling, she's created something that's damn near as beloved as like Disney, This universe is a big deal, like, and it's escapism. It's helped a lot of people out who are readers because it's helped them figure things out for themselves and things like that. And then you have someone with this much power, like J.K. Rowling, for example, and she says this stuff, and what she doesn't realize is she might just be talking out her ass about some of this stuff, but there are other people out there take it seriously, and then they put people's lives in danger because of what they've heard based off of what's come out of her mouth. And people need to realize this. Like even if you feel like you're the most middle of the road person, what you say has an effect on people on both sides of you. Like you have the people who may be genuinely hurt by your words directly from what you said, and then you have those same people that may be hurt from the other people from the other side that are completely convinced by what you said and think that what you're saying is the truth, and they just go out there and commit harm and do things. People don't realize that.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who, it's one of those things, like, no matter what your beliefs are, there is a point of you have to treat people with respect at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it just seems like she's gone completely out of her way to make an attack on people that aren't even in her spectrum, aren't even, when you're attacking a group of people for one instance that happened, that's just, it's out of line. It's out of line to make your whole thing based on it.
And here's my whole thing about it. If you want to be disrespectful people, you can do that in your own head, and it won't cost you a dime to do it. But
exactly.
If you decide you feel like you want to actually come out your face and say it, shut the hell up, or just be ready for the consequences of whatever words come out your mouth and whatever happens. That's.
Just treat people with respect and be nice. Doesn't
I
matter
feel like some of them never were taught what respect is. I feel like some of them never taught what respect is, and then they wind up being Karens the moment they get disrespected.
Exactly.
All right, that's enough about J.K. Rowling. You know what? The more I hear about this Hogwarts Legacy game, the more stuff I hear about it, the more I'm rooting for it. I will probably give this game a try when it comes out. Hey, if anything, Avalanche Software is putting their blood, sweat, and tears into this. So you know what? I feel like a company a developer is going out of their way to do all this, despite all the bad press that they're getting just for being associated with the project. Hey, I'm rooting for them.
Oh yeah. And
all right.
Credit to Jason Schreier for getting the story.
I know. He's probably gonna block me now just for saying that I gave him credit for the article.
Hey, come join the club whenever you're ready.
When Jason Schreier blocks me, I'm gonna create an alt. I'm gonna create an alt so fast.
Oh, what do you think the trash talk Twitter accounts for? Just so I can look at all the people that block me.
All right, our last news topic for the night.
I'm talking about being nice to people, and I've been blocked on Twitter more people I would like to admit. So maybe I'm not the person to.
You're the villain. You're the villain of this story.
Don't be like me. Okay, just don't be like me.
Don't be like me.
Austin's like, I've done some very bad things.
I've done some dirty things I'm not proud of.
Haven't we all? We all have that dark. We all have that dark spot on our internet history. We all have it.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't mean our search history. I mean we've done some bad. We've engaged some bad behavior on the internet.
I've had my Twitter account since I was 14 years old, and
God.
I'm not gonna disown anything I said from really anything before 2018. I was pretty much an idiot, so I'm just gonna say anything I said before 2018. I fully accept that I said it. I fully accept that, but I'm very, very sorry. I'm just very sorry for it all.
Austin, 2018 was barely 2 years ago.
I know. Listen, that's what I meant, Katie. Okay, things change.
I was single free at the time.
All right. Let's get into our last news topic so we can get into it. It was so we can get into our state of play recap. All right, guys, we have a brand new Aliens game coming out. And I'm excited. The game is Aliens Fireteam and has been announced for summer 2021, right around the corner. Hot off the presses today is the announcement of Aliens Fireteam, and it has the wonderful quote, which goes, "There are some places in the universe you don't fight alone." All right. This newly announced title is described as a third-person co-op survival shooter that's set in the Alien universe. From the press release, we have a couple of tidbits here. This is set 23 years after the original Alien trilogy. The original Alien trilogy, so basically Alien, Aliens, and Alien 3. So 23 years after the events of Alien 3, which basically Alien 3 was like the next day from the second movie. All right. Aliens Fireteam drops players into the role of a colonial marine aboard the USS Endeavour, recently tasked with answering a distress call from the outer colonies. Players will battle terrifying enemies across 4 campaigns with up to 2 friends or AI teammates. Aliens Fireteam will feature 20 intelligent enemy types. When they say intelligent enemy types, I'm hoping it's more intelligent than the Xenomorph in Alien Isolation. The Alien Isolation Xenomorph was not stupid, not by any way, but it had the most manufactured hard AI. And remember, guys, I played that Halloween weekend, and that game gave me fits because it was one of those situations where it was like, come on, like you guys tell me the alien is not scripted, but every time I turn a corner, this bastard's right there.
I would just hate hiding in a vent for like 30 minutes and it never leaving. I'm like,
that's what happened. That's what happened to me. That's what happened to me. I kid you not. Like I was in one of the places, and here's the dumb part. Actually, I was in the medical section, and there's a part of the medical section where the room is damn near dark. It's got like this red haze on it, and you have to crawl over stuff, and there's a bunch of places to hide in, and it's almost like this big ass. It's like a cafeteria where all the tables and stuff are at, and you have to go across the cafeteria to get to the next room. It's wide open, but there's tables and stuff all over the place. And I kid you not, every time I probably made like 6 steps into that room or further into that room, here comes a damn xenomorph dropping down out the damn air vents.
It was like, surprise.
I was in that room for 20 minutes trying to hide from this bastard.
Nope. See, and then once you lose all that progress, that's like, I'm out. That's when I stopped playing the game, was when that happened. I was like, nope.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Unlike most games that you play, when the monster sees you, you can typically run from it. Like, no.
Oh.
No, there's no running from the xenomorph in Alien Isolation. Like, and the game gives this false security because you'll turn around and start running, and then you get caught. It doesn't matter. And it's not like you got caught trying to open a door. No, you just turn around and ran and you got caught. All right. So 20 different over 20 intelligent enemy types, from xenomorphs to Weyland-Yutani synthetics, which fun. Yeah. And is packed with stunning visuals, realistic environments, powerful weapons, futuristic equipment, and an eerie soundscape, which means that I watched the trailer, and the trailer actually had a pretty decent feel to it as far as like the musical score and everything. But man, it's always great when these games can capture the feel of the franchises that they're borrowing from. So I'm kind of up on this. Alien Isolation did a good job of that because they actually used music that was from and inspired by the 1979 Alien movie, which is cool. This is the adventure that will set out to create new alien storylines across a series of replayable missions, and will evoke and expand upon the blockbuster films. So hey, like these guys are taking it seriously. They're probably taking more, I hope they're taking it more seriously than Randy Pitchford did with Colonial Marines. I hope so.
Hopefully.
All right, Aliens Fireteam is coming to PlayStation 5, PS4, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and Steam the summer of 2021. To learn more about the game, go over to aliensfireteam.com. Guys, check out that trailer. I think you'll get a blast out of it. If you like the Alien franchise, I think you'll get a blast out of it. Okay, everybody. So it's time for our big topic. And you know what? Everybody should have seen the state of play or seen the recaps by now. So you know what? We're just gonna breeze through this really fast. All right.
Yeah.
So
But I really want to know what Nellie thinks since we didn't get to get her thoughts.
yeah, you were.
on the
Yeah, you
recap
weren't.
we did.
Yeah, you weren't there on the live with us.
I was not. I did
Yeah.
watch it earlier though.
Uh-huh. Did you watch the replay of my stream?
I did not.
Oh, I'm gonna. You know,
It's good. Because Nick
love.
wasn't on there.
I was actually about to invoke his name. Actually, good job, Austin. I was actually about to invoke his name.
No, I actually wanted to watch. I don't know if you guys did commentary during it, but I wanted to kind of watch it. Like
We did. Oh, you know, we had to get Ed on. I'm saying no. I'm saying it like a bad thing to guilt you, but not. Ed was a blast on this.
Oh, yeah.
he actually curbed his Nintendo enthusiasm to be on the PlayStation show. Because we also at the end of the live we actually did a quick PlayStation a Crossroads show at the end of it. We had a couple of topics to talk about and stuff like that. But no, it's good. Please go to my YouTube and watch it. I'm begging.
Okay, I will.
Love you.
I promise.
You want some mega stuff? Some double stuffed Oreos?
Sure. Nice one.
Actually, I want that.
And
I want
$10.
I want that ice cream and cookie combo that Nick was talking about last week. I want that.
Actually, you know what? Okay, no, we go in order. Go ahead, y'all.
All right. So here it is. Sony State of Play in February showed off 10 games for PS5 and PS4. Highlighting games that are across the spectrum. We had games such as Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. We had Solar Ash. We had Deathloop, and we had much more. So the biggest news, however, was that Final Fantasy VII Remake will get a dedicated PS5 patch to improve the graphics and the loading times, as well as add a photo mode. Which that's the rage. I think people pay attention to photo mode now thanks to Ghost of Tsushima. I think they do. Because I did not hear people getting all hot and bothered about a game's photo mode until that one happened.
Yeah, that one, Horizon was a big one, and weirdly enough, Fortnite is a huge one. Shout out to LJ Lowry from Geeks Under Grace. He's big into photo modes and stuff, and he's always taking pictures of different games. Anything with the photo mode, he's in. So he's definitely going to love this.
Speaking of which, when is Ghost of Tsushima going to price drop? I'm tired of looking at this game being $60.
Game.
I mean, hey, I'm waiting for it to come to PS Plus at this point. You guys, Final Fantasy VII.
It'll probably be in PS Plus. Well, you know what? Let's call it October, November.
Ooh,
I think it might be a year ender. That
could be. That'd be a great way
that
to
could
end.
be, yeah.
Yeah. All right, but back to the state of play. So Final Fantasy VII Remake basically stole the show from the state of play. A new DLC pack for the game, which would be called Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, will focus on the new party member, and I'm about to trigger some people here. Her name is Yuffie Kisaragi. Yuffie. And it shows us a story we've never got to see in the original Final Fantasy VII. All right, so actually, I'll say this question once we get to the game. So here's the rap sheet. We've got Crash Bandicoot 4. It's About Time coming to PS5.
Yes.
You'll get the native 4K. You'll get native 4K at 60 frames per second, as well as a subtle haptic feedback on your controller. Woohoo! And immersive 3D audio. PlayStation activity cards have also been created, which will direct you toward optional gameplay, objectives, and boss fights. Your save file from the PS4 game will transfer over, and PS4 owners can upgrade to the PS5 copy. However, Sony didn't specify whether this will cost money, so just be on the lookout for that. Next, we have Returnal for PS5. Returnal is a game I am looking for. It's one of the games I'm looking for.
I cannot wait to play that.
Yeah.
And I love the showcase. Nellie, watch the showcase, and they actually showed real gameplay. Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Returnal is a third-person action game that casts you as an astronaut named Celine, exploring a dangerous alien world. Each time you die in the game, the world will reset around you, providing you new opportunities and challenges. You'll fight difficult enemies with a variety of weapons and upgrade your skills over time. There also seems to be a subplot about Celine exploring a house in her memories, expected to intersect with the spacefaring plot somehow. The game will be out April 30th. Knockout City.
I need a PlayStation 5 just for that game.
Next up, we have Knockout City, which actually debuted on the Nintendo Direct a few weeks ago. Knockout City is a team-based sports game where you vie for control of a ball and best your foes using a number of skills, which seem to be tied to your character to whatever character you choose. It's sort of a character-based shooter mixed with extreme sports game. Mixed with an shooter/extreme sports game. Yeah, there we go. The title is set to come out May 21st, but you can sign up to participate in the beta on the game's official website page in the meantime. Now, here's a game. This next game is a game I actually would love to see more about. The game's called Sifu. It's a stylish combat game inspired by Asian action films. This game will debut in 2021, and it doesn't look like any other game out there. I love the graphics of the game, like the artwork. The artwork of the game looks nice, and there's a mechanic where basically it's a brawler game. If you get your ass beat, your character winds up. I guess we want to say flash forwarding into a different age of his life. And he comes back with all these skills that he would have gained from the experience of getting his butt kicked.
When I saw it, I had the idea of Sleeping Dogs. You guys remember that game, right?
Yes, I remember that game. That's one of my favorite games that I never played. That I never beat.
I was an idiot of Yakuza.
That too. Yeah. A lot of people were saying it looks like Yakuza meets Sleeping Dogs. A lot of people were saying that. Which is funny because I feel like Sleeping Dogs was copying like whatever formula Yakuza was doing and just making more GTA style. But you know.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta remember, it was true crimes at first.
That you are right. Yes.
Shout out to Nick Kane. I love him as a character. Anyway, go ahead.
When's my next Saints Row game coming?
we could do a whole podcast on that.
Hey, maybe that's what we should do now. We should start doing retrospectives on games or game series. Maybe we should start doing that.
Too busy making that one game that never panned out.
That shooter game.
Euro-based shooter. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I can't remember it either. All right, let's keep going here. All right, next game we have is from the State of Play with Solar Ash. This colorful action game from Heart Machine, the team behind Hyper Light Drifter, relies on simple, fluid combat and platforming as you guide its protagonist on a quest to save her strikingly animated planet. It will come out later this year on PS4 and PS5.
This game will come to PS Plus. I'm making the prediction now. This will be a PS Plus release.
Because didn't Hyper Light Drifter come to PS Plus? I think it did.
I don't remember that for sure, but I definitely think Solar Ash will be a PS Plus release.
Okay.
First I thought it was Journey, and I was like, no.
Which Journey was also a good game.
I had that Journey.
Yeah,
Journey was also a good game. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Next up, we have Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Yo, I think I want to play this. I think I want to. Well, I know this. I want to play this more than I wanted to play Five Nights at Freddy. Hey, because God, that game scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
What I hated about Five Nights at Freddy was it was jump scares. Which you know what? Yeah. Now I'm thinking about it, man. Security Breach is going to be more of the same, and it's going to be a bad day because it's in first person mode.
You say a bad day.
I still have to play Resident Evil 7. in VR because I got challenged and I got called out by our guest last week. So you know what? I just got to man up and do this. All right. So
I'm still mad Austin played it and we didn't, but that's okay.
I know. The non-Resident Evil guy actually played a Resident Evil game that we were not trying to play.
I was like wanted to get some bonus points. Okay, I didn't even play Resident Evil 2. I feel like Nick was upset with me, so I was like, "Hey, I didn't play 7 in VR."
You made up for all the points you lost. You made up for all the cool points you lost. All right. Horror fans may want to check out Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, an atmospheric game about evading animatronic robots in a children's entertainment center. This is a new entry in the long-running streamer-friendly series, so fans probably already know whether they're ready to dive in again. Oddworld Soulstorm was also. We also saw more for Oddworld Soulstorm, which is being described as a 2.9D platformer. So I mean, I swear they're pushing the boundaries here of what they're calling 2D versus 3D nowadays.
Your game isn't that special.
How that differs from 2.5D isn't clear yet, but players will find out in this ambitious platformer with a distinctive aesthetic. The game will leave you the choice between combat and pacifism. To that end, you'll be able to control your enemies and make them do your bidding or pit them against each other. Your actions in the game may also affect the overall course of the narrative. The game will be out on April 6th for PS4 and PS5. My God, these games are coming.
Coming out, yeah, quick.
And you are getting this game free for PS Plus, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this will be next month.
Yes. This is next month's game for PS Plus. So, whew. Whew.
I'm already behind on games.
I was just about to say I'm already behind. I was trying not to say nothing.
Dude, I'm behind before they even get announced.
It's just super late.
Where am I gonna find time to play these games? I swear, between work.
You know what? We need Ed's secret because my man hit like 37 games last year.
I feel like if I ever visit him in his house, I'm gonna walk into his bathroom and his medicine cabinet is gonna be full of amphetamines.
How many games you played? 37?
He came on our show and made us look bad. He played 38 games, PlayStation games last year. We struggled to play, 5?
Yeah. Honestly, how do you have the time? He's got to have he's got to have his Vita set up where he's got one in every room.
I think it's more simpler than that. I think he has clones of himself. He has clones of himself.
That makes more sense than for one person to be playing the games.
all those games. Yeah. He has clones of himself, and he has
clone himself.
And then he has a machine. Then he has a machine where he reintegrates all those memories into his one main body.
Wait, what was that on Dexter's Lab when he had that machine over his head and he went to bed?
Yes.
That's what Ed has.
Oh man. It's a legend, though. I don't understand how.
He was talking about. He was on social media today talking about he's about to play Ghosts and Goblins, the new one, the one that's frustrating the hell out of everybody, and I'm almost ready to plop $30 down. I want to play it. All right, moving along. Kena, Bridge of Spirits is a third-person action game with a colorful aesthetic inspired by East Asian fantasy. You'll take control of a young girl who must draw upon the power of friendly spirits to combat all manners of dangerous monsters. There's combat, platforming, skills, the all-around usual action game trappings. This game will be available on August 24th for both PS4 and PS5, and guess what? This game has a nice little price tag of $39.99.
I'm getting it.
I'm in.
Yes.
I'm in.
Same.
That price tag, I'm buying day one.
Yeah, exactly. All right. The next title featured on that State of Play was Deathloop. And there's an interesting question with Deathloop. Will Deathloop be the last Bethesda published game on a PlayStation platform?
So Ghostwire Tokyo still would be there, right?
I think so. I don't think they've changed plans on Ghostwire Tokyo as of yet being multi-platform. Yeah, I don't think so. I haven't heard anything. But yeah, Ghostwire Tokyo is another game that I want.
Yeah.
Where am I gonna find the time? I need clones.
Better find out a secret.
I need clones.
The sad realization I came to one day was that I will never have enough time to play all the games that I want to play, and I will die. I'll be dead if there's games I can't play.
Austin, the moment you got married, you ran out of time to play games.
Oh yeah, it's over now. It's definitely over.
The moment you got married. All right. What we know about Deathloop is that it looks like an incredibly stylish first-person shooter stealth game in which two cunning adversaries fight each other to break or maintain a time loop. This game will be out on May 21st, and you know what? Say what
Are
you.
you?
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! May is a loaded month for Nellie already.
Oh yeah, Resident Evil 8, Deathloop.
Actually, Deathloop it can wait because I don't have PlayStation 5 yet.
Here's my thing about Deathloop though, and I think, and remember I asked you and add this. Do you think it's one of those games where you actually would change like between the two characters? Because I tell you what, the female the female the woman in the game who they're trying to make her out to be the bad guy. I feel like her playstyle. I feel like we see too much of her playstyle that makes me think that we can actually control her.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're definitely gonna be playing both. I just don't know if that's gonna be you're gonna switch whenever you want to complete missions, or you're gonna constantly go back and forth between the two
Yeah,
Oh, that
based
would
off
be
the
nice.
story.
yeah.
Kind of like in GTA where you could switch between Frank, Michael, and Trevor. Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
All right. So here it is. This is the big one. This is the big one. This is the final. This is the final game revealed at the State of Play. This is also when they say save the best for last. This is it. Final Fantasy VII Remake. This is broken up into a bunch of different segments here. We've got the PS5 version, we've got the Integrate DLC, and then we've got the PS5 upgrade rollouts. So, and probably what is the most exciting news from the State of Play so far, the Final Fantasy VII Remake will get a significant expansion. On June 10th, Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate will debut and put you in the boots of the beloved ninja Yuffie Kisaragi. It looks like a meaty piece of DLC, complete with two brand new playable characters and a sub story that we had never seen previously from the original game. The Final Fantasy VII Remake news doesn't stop there, though. The game will get a PS5 patch to improve graphics, reduce load times, and to add subtler lighting effects. There will also be a photo mode to capture some of the gorgeous new graphics. Final Fantasy VII Remake's PS5 update will be free for those who already own the game. However, the Yuffie episode will be paid DLC, and it will only be available on PS5.
Whoops.
So, there's your incentive right there. I'm gonna say this. Even though I kind of argue with the decision, I feel like if you have it exclusively on PS4 because you don't have access to a PS5, I feel like there's a little bit of a disservice being done there. But given that Sony plans to discontinue completely PS4 manufacturing like sometime soon here, like analysis is saying it'll happen before holiday this year. So honestly, it looks like PS4s will no longer be on the market before Christmas this coming year.
Mm-hmm.
I get it, but I also feel like it's kind of a bad decision. But I understand, But also when you also look at this game though, what they showed in the State of Play though, it looks like it was built on PS5 hardware. So it makes sense that PS4 will be locked out of this one. so just know that. Square Enix has yet to reveal the price for the DLC, but it will be in the near future. I hope it's not $20. I hope it's not $20 or higher. That would be bad. But you know what? You know what I'm thinking now though. What if this is what they do in the future? Like they just release the new episodes just as straight add-on content.
Didn't they do Revelations like that? Resident Evil Revelations?
Did they? I don't remember.
They released episode by episode every week.
Oh yeah, well I think it was announced as an episodic game. They never said that Final Fantasy VII Remake would be episodic. Well, not episodic in the sense. Well, when we found out that the remake was just the Midgar adventure, then we realized it was going to be episodic.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like they BS'd us on that one.
Mm-hmm. I'd be interested in how much it's going to cost because not only are you getting the DLC, but you're getting the PS5 update. So I would imagine I would be hard pressed to pay more than $20 though. I mean, but it may be a big piece of DLC. Who knows?
Yeah. All right. So, you know what? It's time to wrap this thing up. I've had fun tonight. You know what?
I've had fun.
I will say this has probably been one of the bigger shows we've done in a while, especially after holiday when basically everything like there was no news.
Yeah, this is a jam-packed week.
Yeah, we were putting the show together, and I was like, wow, we have like 9 news topics to get through.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to pay $20 and are not going to complain about it either. Yep, that's true. Who dat in chat right now? By the way, who dat is the guy I was talking about earlier that he and I started a way out, and it's my fault that we never finished. So hey, bro.
He said,
So hey, bro, when you want to get back on that game, let me know.
Hey, bro, if you need somebody to help you complete it.
All right, Crossroads crew. What have you guys been playing tonight? This week. What have you guys been playing? I can tell you right now, I have not been playing anything. I hate to say it, I haven't played any games. I've thought about playing games. I just haven't played any. But Austin mentioned Horizon, so I may jump on that tonight.
Yeah, that's what I've been playing. I'm trying to finish the DLC, so then I can jump into Astrobot, and then Miles Morales, and then Bugsnax, and then hopefully Call of Duty, and then about that time I'm thinking Returnal will be out. So that's my plan. I want to get through all of those. A lot to work through, though.
Ooh, did you see that comment?
What happened?
You see that comment?
He calling you out?
Well, fine.
Follow me on Twitter.
Well, fine. Oh God, I get no respect from nobody now. Nobody.
PlayStation or Xbox?
He's PlayStation.
That's cool then.
Oh, congrats to beating Mario Rabbids, by the way, too, Austin.
Oh yeah,
I saw that. I saw that. And I'm like, it lit a fire under me because Dan recommended me that night, and I got it.
Speaking of rabbits, let me show y'all. This is my little screen. Can you see it?
Wait. There's some sort of glare. What's going? Oh wait. No, I can't see it. I'm seeing reflections of us.
Damn it. Okay, I have to take a picture and send it to y'all.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, I finished Mario plus Rabbids last night. I stayed up a little too late trying to finish it, but I was like, this is the last boss. I know it is. I'm just gonna bunker down and get it done. So I did that, and then I'm gonna either play Habroxia 1, so I can play 2, or I'm gonna play Little Nightmares 1.
Yeah.
I haven't played those. Those are the 2 games I'm debating on the Switch next. So, and then Xbox, I'm still in the middle of just playing Halo with my friend Nick whenever we get a chance. So,
I added the I added the Master Chief Collection to my library, but God, like freaking
it's like half your
yeah, like freaking 100. Hold on.
Yeah, it's a lot.
My
Xbox is like 10 games and it's full. It's full. And like 4 of those are 360 games. They're like 4 gigs a piece or something.
The Master Chief Collection. Yeah, Nellie, what you been playing?
I'm on hiatus right now.
You've been playing school books.
Pretty much. But this week is my last week, and then I'm on spring break, so that's what I can.
Oh yeah.
What you planning on playing?
What do I plan on playing?
Are you gonna play Little Nightmares 2?
I do need to play that. Ooh, I could. With all the gift cards I got.
The Master Chief Collection is 169 gigabytes.
That's a fourth of your. That's over a fourth of your memory. If you have a 500 gig Xbox, which I do, I have just the 500 gig Xbox, so it's a lot.
I have a terabyte. So I know me in digital copies. So
All right. All right. Well, that's our show for tonight. We'd like to go ahead and give a big thanks to you guys out there in the audience for hanging out with us tonight, having a blast. This was a pretty long podcast. We didn't intend for it to be this long, but hey, we had a lot of stuff to unpack, and it was one of those things where if we didn't talk about it tonight, it was going to not be mentioned. So yeah, thanks a lot for that. Before we go, where can we find the crew at? Nellie, go.
all right, you can find me on Twitter at Planet Nellie. Nellie is spelled N3LLIE. You can also catch me on Twitch at bratface_87. I don't have an OnlyFans account.
Austin, please take the mic away from her, please.
Cheers.
You can find me at PlayStation on Twitter. You can find all my other stuff on the pinned tweets on that account. If you want to play Destruction All Stars, hit me and LeRon up.
Yes,
and we'll see if we can get a party going. And we'll
do it.
If you got a PS5, we need to get the Diggity Boys on and see if we can get a party going. So, if you want to come in, just literally, I'm always open. Just add me, friend me on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, all that good stuff.
All right. And of course, you can catch me on social media at Exodus803, EXODUS803. Thanks for hanging out on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Exodus803. That's also my gamer tag for practically every platform that I'm on. I do not know my Switch gamer code, so sorry about that. And just as a reminder, head over to bossrushgames.com and take a look at all the content Boss Rush has to offer. The letter from the editor, our very own Corey Derrick, is up right now. And just go over there, check that out, read and get to know a little bit more about the man, get into his head just a little bit and see what his passions are and what drives him. Also, the Boss Rush Podcast 83 has also gone up and is live right now, where we talked about, as in Ed, Jesse, and myself, we talked about the Mortal Kombat movie that's coming out, and also the possibility of Silent Hill getting a reboot and stuff like that. But yeah. Don't forget about our other shows and editorials, and if you really do love us, come be one at the community with us over our Discord, simply called Boss Rush Games. Link will be provided in the Twitch chat tonight. Also, don't forget, you can chat with us and keep the conversation going by hitting us up over at Twitter at PS_Crossroads, where we hold it down with more news, events, and topics. And you know what? Whoever's been behind the scenes on our Twitter this past week, they've been doing a bang up job. I can't take credit for it. So I don't know who's been doing it. All right, the Boss Rush Games family wants you all to have a great night, and don't forget, go out there, play games, be better. Support your LGBTQ people, particularly your trans people. If you're of that type. If not, you're hanging out in the wrong place. Yeah, not with us. Don't do that. All right, you guys have a good night. We'll be back here next week with more Crossroads PlayStation show. The only place on Boss Rush Games where you can hear about PlayStation. I know Boss Rush podcast. They kind of talk about PlayStation stuff, but this is where it's at. And thank you. We love you. Have a good night. Boy.